All right. What we're going to do here is we're going to do Saturday shows from the Saudi Arabian peninsula. Uh, Joshua, Anthony Joshua, or J JG, whatever his name was fighting a big Albanian or Croatian heavyweight who had 20 knockouts to his name, and 20 knockouts to his name with one fight he went the distance with. Well, Joshua was never an Iron Man. He had a good chin, not a great chin. If you were a puncher, you could hurt the guy. And he's been hurt and knocked out a few times when you didn't think it would happen. But now that he's gotten a little older, a little more long in the tooth, his resistance to punches seems to be lessening. This sets up, in fact, I could have won quite a bit of money if Joshua had gotten knocked out in the first round, which he almost was by the big great guy. Almost knocked out. Almost. But Joshua came back in the next round and took the guy out with a couple of shots right to the kisser. Ah, yes. Joshua still has the big punch. Probably one of the biggest punches in the whole division. A good jab and a great right hand. And he knocked that Croatian situation out right. But it was a close one because I almost won some big bucks. So, but for the good of boxing, Joshua should stay around. He's good. He's exciting. Yes. Anyway, we'll take this and try it again. Now, second fight was the Quiet Storm, a Pakistani Muslim by way of England, 6'4", big guy. He was fighting a big German from Germany, who was calling himself a boxer puncher, but not quite the puncher enough to trouble our big Muslim menace. No. He got beat. He controlled the fight. The German was never in trouble. He was never close to getting knocked down. He was cautious, and he was aggressive. I think the fight was not as one-sided as some people like to say. In fact, it was quite competitive at times. But eventually, class will out, and the big guy from England took over. He didn't knock him out. No, didn't knock him out. Josh Kelly, 18-1-1 with 9 KOs against Black Thunder. Collingwood Scenario and Agurgu. That's not an Irish name. He's called the Black Irishman because he is a Black Irishman. Second or first generation, or I think second, settled down in the Himalayas. And all the old voice shakes and oh, well, there's more contact between the two heads than but Kelly and the Black Irishman, they kept on hitting heads and elbows, and the pretty boy wasn't that pretty after a while because he had so many cuts. But he was one step ahead, now boxing the other guy pretty handily. It was very frustrating to see it. Sometimes styles do not make fights. Rito Katusimian 4-0 with 3 KOs against Alvin Haramaza 18-0-2 with 10 KOs. Well, the Japanese fighter destroyed his South American opponent. Oh yeah, destroyed. Now, the next fight was interesting. It was the Ukrainian situation. A Ukrainian fighter was fighting a Frenchy fighter, Frenchman, a good-looking Frenchman, another good-looking fighter. Well, anyway, the Rusk, well, the Ukrainian, oh my God, I just called the Ukrainian with the current political situation. I shouldn't be mistaking Ukrainians for Russians or vice versa. Anyway, it was a great fight. It was exciting. They were working on it. No, it wasn't a great fight. Actually, the Frenchman was knocked out in 3 rounds. Knocked senseless. Senseless. Oh yeah. And he just didn't have the firepower to keep the Polish powerhouse at bay. Well, actually, is he Ukrainian? Oh my God, I can't, my Slavic soldiers, I can't keep track. Mike Matan. Oh, and I would have, see, at this point, if I had won all these fights, I'd make a mint in my parlay. Unfortunately, no, this is not the right one where this happened. Actually, I did get all this and made $10. Anyway, Mike Italian, Noman, 1400 with 3 KOs against Orlando Playa, 17-3-0 with 11 KOs. Well, the omen was a bad omen for South America. Oh, yeah. Now, Nishihan Diva, 600 with 4 KOs against Cesar Diaz, 10-2-0 with 5 KOs. Well, the Indian fighter, who is a star in Bollywood, that's the Indian place where they live. He went the distance, and but he got knocked out by body shot by the Indian final. India is building up. They weren't many fights. Fighters at times. They had no big tradition. The tradition is starting now. Okay, I think we did this the right way. This wouldn't screw up. I'm not mechanically inclined at all. Oh, oh, here we go. Bye.